Shiba Inu once again printing a green candle day. This has been the very recurring theme. Almost every single day over the last week has, in fact, been green for Shiba Inu. And this is a very promising sign because SHIB has continued to show conviction. But what I will say is that SHIB, it seems, has been just a little slow to wake up. And what we need to discuss is, does that mean Shiba Inu is not really a morning person? Does that mean that SHIB is going to have a little bit of a late surge here, or does this mean something else? We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So right now, it's about 6:43 a.m. Central Standard Time. Shiba Inu, again, having a green candle day. This has been a very consistent theme. Yesterday was 4.5%. The day before, 12.5%. And you guys can see those baby green candles that were kind of confirming our reversal for SHIB, which is a great sign. Now, SHIB overnight did in fact breach our highs from yesterday. It did surge actually higher than our local highs back on March 26th. And we actually got up to the highest levels we have seen since all the way back here in the middle of February. Very, very good sign. It did get a hard rejection though at its 200-day moving average. Unfortunately, the crypto market kind of pulled back across the board. Right now, we are starting to see a little bit of a sell-off to begin the day. And hopefully this just continues on the trend like we've been seeing throughout the crypto space over the past probably, 48 hours or so. And that has been chop. It's not really a surprising thing. Most assets have entered the kind of SOS phase in their Wyckoff accumulation model, like we've talked about. So chop may be our theme through the weekend. What I will say is that right now volume is at $135 billion in daily trading volume over the last 24 hours. I would expect, like I talked about in my ADA video earlier today, this to be a higher volume weekend than we have been experiencing, but still low volume comparatively speaking to the prior few days. All right. Now, that being said, Ethereum showing a lot of strength here as well. Now, ETH has not set a higher high today like Shiba Inu. Ethereum fighting its 200-day moving average as well. So right now, SHIB is very much mirroring what Ethereum is doing. Good breakout days, good runs, fighting local resistances. Okay. And this could be why, in fact, Shiba Inu hasn't really made this major massive breakout. I'll say it's done well, right? Since our dip back here the other day during this week, Shiba Inu has moved about 30%. All right. That's not a small move by any means. Have there been some other assets that have done better? Sure, of course. Now, what I will say is that when we look at assets across the space, Shiba Inu actually is one of the better performers in the top 20. So I can't really complain about that. I think only, Dogecoin. I think Dogecoin's the only one that's done better. But what I will say is that, Shiba Inu, comparatively speaking, over the last 7 days, just not quite on par with a lot of other meme coins in the space. And again, it's probably because SHIB has been sandwiched. It had a little bit better recovery than a lot of these other meme coins in the space. It's shown a lot more conviction. So what you have is kind of this long-term mindset, but you haven't had this surge and burst of excitement quite yet. Now, what I will say is that things are in fact shifting just a little bit. Optics for Shiba Inu are in fact rising. This is a great sign. Highest optics we've seen, highest Google search analytics we've seen since back on April 27th. So that is in fact turning the right direction, but we need just a little bit more. We need a little more push. SHIB does in fact need to break past this 200-day, and that's where things tend to get just a little bit lively. In fact, when we take a look back here, we kind of fought a similar resistance back here in September, right? As SHIB really got running, started having a major confirmation for this next leg, but understand that it does in fact take time to get here. It doesn't have to get it all in one day because SHIB can have days like this right before it goes on some of these massive runs, very tempered days to begin its surge back in late February into early March of 2024. So just note that this could in fact be what we're building towards. Now, me personally, I'm just going to patiently wait and see what happens. We still have a CPI report this next week. We have potential trade deals coming. So there's a lot of things that are going to definitely play some impact in the crypto market. Now, the good news is that institutional money, first day buying Ethereum since back on May 2nd. So almost a week there. Excuse me. And that is a positive sign here as well. Because again, we want to see ERC20s doing well. We want to see ETH kind of livening up like we talked about. SHIB actually taking a little bit of ground versus Ethereum on today's daily candle. Great sign there. Now, I did want to highlight something. Oh, one more thing. Yesterday was an unload day for whales. 778 billion SHIB unloaded. didn't really matter because guess what? We still printed a green day. We were still able to outpace the selling that was taking place. That probably took place in the morning. You guys probably saw this sell off that was taking place, but we counteracted that very easily as a market. And that brought me to this. So there's apparently a viewer who is trying to build a channel around trying to trash me. And he was talking about exactly this. Oh, I spoke too soon. We started to dump right before my video has any weight, but yet we're higher than yesterday. I think that's kind of comical, but the biggest thing I will stress, especially for people like this viewer that think that they're the smartest person in the room, is you got to be patient. You got to let these things play out. They take time. What we're talking about is some of the biggest moves in crypto history, some of the biggest pushes in adoption in crypto history. And there is a lot of shuffle going on. There's a lot of news taking place. There's obviously other competition in the space, but SHIB has always tended to thrive when retail excitement is high, when adoption is taking place. I want everybody to realize that adoption is still not taking place right now. I just looked again this morning. We're still not in the top 200 with any crypto related apps. So what you're seeing is just capital that's currently in the market trying to reposition itself. And we know that that capital doesn't necessarily love Shiba Inu. If that was the case, we would have said a little bit higher high back here. So just like ADA and some others in the space, we need adoption to take place to really take some steps forward. And that's where SHIB has a real opportunity to do quite well. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. When is this big boom going to take place? I think once we get into the early part of the week, that's where we have a real opportunity to take some steps forward, but we'll see what happens. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.